Hi guys, it's your girl Funnel Pop. Listen, if there's any episode of Exchange for that had me screaming my lungs out like a maniac, it's episode 7. I was literally yelling at my screen the whole time. The chaos, the tension, the emotions, everything was just insane. Alright, first off, let's talk about Gion. Guys. Gion is basically the female version of BaekHyeun. They're both hurt by their exes and they need their exes to know that fact, and share from some of the pains they've been feeling. I love my girl Gion a lot, but I'm nervous for her. Like, genuinely nervous. I hope she doesn't end up getting her heart shattered on this show. From the very beginning, she was totally fixated on Wonkyou. Remember day 4? During their date, she told him straight up that she was only interested in him. And I get it, she's bold, expressive, passionate. But honestly, I just feel as if she's playing herself. I feel like she's setting herself up for heartbreak. Then episode 7 dropped the bomb. Her ex turned out to be Woojin. She told him flat out, "I don't have any intention of getting back together with you." So on the surface, yeah, she sounds done. But the way she said it didn't feel like a clean break. It felt like something said from pain, not peace. She's hurt, and now that she's on this show, it feels like she's trying to show him just how much he hurt her. It's like she's saying, "You made me suffer emotionally, so now I'm going to act like I don't care at all." She is taking every drastic action she can without really thinking about the consequences. In the preview for episode 8, she told everybody that she doesn't care about her ex and she doesn't want her ex to care about her either, which is fine, but the problem here is that, what if her ex really starts doing well with somebody else in that house? Is she really not going to feel anything? Because I don't buy it. What if things start going pretty good with her ex romantically with someone else while hers with Wonkyou begins to fall apart? What would she do? Begin begging her ex to come back to her. And it's not just about her ex anymore. Gion isn't even thinking about Wonkyou's feelings or his exes. Like, girl, you're focused on this new guy, but you're ignoring the fact that he has his own emotional baggage. That's messy. She doesn't even know if Wonkyou wants to get back with his ex or if he's ready to explore any other connections. She has no idea about his past relationship, how long they were together, or the bond they shared. She doesn't even truly know him yet. All she knows is that she loved his ex's introduction letter and felt love at first sight for him. And that's a problem. When she first met Woojin, it was almost the same story, love at first sight. She made the first move, leaving her phone number on a sticky note. That's just who she is, bold, passionate, and full of energy, love bombing. But that same intensity can sometimes backfire. Partners might take her for granted, and history could repeat itself. What she experienced with her ex could absolutely happen again if she doesn't adjust her approach. There was that scene when Woojin suggested cooking together with Wonkyou, and Gion interrupted them telling him they had already started. Then Woojin went to her room to see if she was truly attracted to Wonkyou. She confirmed to him that yes, she isn't just curious about Wonkyou but also attracted to him. Then she drops a huge missile on him stating, "Forget about me. Go find someone else. You should have treated me better when you had me." Guys, when she said that, even though I agree he should have said those harsh words to her, still, telling him to go for other girls, I had this gut feeling she might regret it later. She's charismatic, bold, and knows exactly what she wants, but I really hope she's mentally prepared if things don't go as planned. Let's just hope everything works out perfectly for her. Now, bro, the funniest part was Woojin trying so hard to avoid them. But it seemed like Wonkyou sensed that Woojin was feeling left out, so he kept following him around. Gion had no choice but to follow too. They even went upstairs to meet him in the garden. Woojin almost fainted from the emotional pain, and guys, I died laughing. Thank goodness Yushik was there when they went grocery shopping. Woojin was able to mask his pain much better. But it was still too funny. And what if Minkyung and Woojin end up becoming a thing? Their chemistry is fire. I get that Woojin hasn't gotten over Gion yet, but in the episode 8 trailer, there's that moment where Gion tells the housemate she doesn't want her ex to care about her because she doesn't care about him. And at that moment, Woojin just takes a sip from his cup, eyes piercing straight. I swear, the look on his face was like, okay, this is how you want to play it? Let's play. Woojin might just ignore her totally and give BaekHyeun his all. That's the feeling I got from that look in his eyes. Now, can we talk about the most monumental and chaotic scene of the episode? Yup, that bedroom moment between Gihyun and Wonkyou, and Gion walking in. That entire sequence was TV gold. Here's how I see what happened. Gihyun was in the kitchen with Gion, planning to cook, and Gion told her not to bother, that she'd do it herself. Now after she said that, Gihyun looked around to make sure nobody was watching her, then she tiptoed downstairs. But, here's what I think that Gion noticed her going downstairs, and she suspected that she was going to Wonkyu's room. So after a while when she saw that Gihyun was no longer coming back upstairs, I think she purposely went downstairs to check what was happening, because obviously Gihyun's room is upstairs and not down. She probably was thinking that Gihyun was interested in Wonkyou as well. But since she's so heavily invested in Wonkyou, she decided to go and look to see what was happening, pretending to check on him but really trying to see what was up. The tension was unreal. She didn't see anybody because Gihyun was hiding, ha ha ha. Now, people online are saying Gion must have seen Jihyun's reflection in a mirror, but come on. If you look closely at that room, there's no mirror. She had no idea Gihyun was literally hiding right there. And can we talk about Wonkyu's poker face? There's no way Gion would have suspected someone else was with him in that room because of how cool and expressionless he was. That man's expression never changes, you can't tell when he's happy, mad, or jealous. It's terrifying. Like, sir, how are we supposed to know when your heart flutters laughing my ass off? One thing I could conclude from the conversation is that they've both been irritated at each other, because of the way they are acting too freely with others while being cold towards each other. The scary part is that you can tell they are very close to each other. But what stood out was how open he was. When Gihyun asked, "Are those earplugs?" he immediately said, "She gave them to me." Like he didn't even hesitate. That's not someone trying to hide anything, that's someone trying to be transparent with his ex. Then he complained about her loud voice, saying it annoys him, because of that he has to use that earplugs. This shows that he is still very much interested and he's jealous about the way she flirts with other guys. Honestly, in that scene, it's so clear that Wonkyou is way more interested in getting back together than Gihyun is. In her interview, she said something really telling, that the closer she gets to other guys, the easier it'll be to get over her ex. That alone shows she's not over him yet. She even said sometimes she wonders if she can truly wish him happiness. Then he smiled and asked, "Is that why you cried yesterday?" Guys, this man desperately wants her to want him, to the point that he's hoping she cried because of him. But she kept insisting, "I didn't cry because of you," and he just wouldn't drop it. That cracked me up so bad. He clearly wants her to still have feelings for him, and he's dying for confirmation. And seriously, I think that explains why he sent her that empty box. Normally, those boxes are meant to hold goodbye gifts, right? But he sent hers empty, almost like he's saying, "I'm not ready to say goodbye." It feels symbolic, like he's leaving room for a comeback. So, weirdly enough, sending in an empty box might not totally be a bad thing. Then there's the coffee question. When Gihyun asked, "Did you buy her coffee?" he replied, "That's not something I should say." She nodded, but you could tell that response hit her. I think he was being cautious, he didn't want to give too much away and risk hurting her or messing up whatever progress they might make later. If he said yes, she'd be hurt. If he said no, she'd feel reassured that he still likes her, and he didn't want that either. He left it vague, basically keeping her guessing, keeping her on edge, so that she would understand that she could lose him too, for good if she's not careful. But Gion wasn't having it, and immediately said, "I'm sure you bought her coffee," then followed it up with, "Okay, this is truly exchange." That line was such a power move. It's like she was saying, "Alright, if that's how you want to play it, let's play." She said, "This is exchange after all, good night." So she got up, and walked out. And the way Wonkyul looked at her as she left. Oh my god. He kept blinking like he was fighting emotions, like, "I miss her so much, but she drives me crazy." It was such a chaotic yet emotionally charged moment. You can tell there are still feelings between them, but his are way more obvious. He's definitely more invested in her than she is in him. That whole exchange. Pure TV gold. So in short, Gion doesn't really know who Wonkyu's ex is, but now Gihyun, who is his ex, has figured out exactly who's interested in her ex. And that's a piece of information Gihyun can definitely use to her advantage later on. Let me say something real quick, Gion is literally the female version of BaekHyeun. I swear. Both of them act all unbothered, pretending they've moved on, but deep down they're still hurting. Gion joined this show to make Woojin feel her absence. BaekHyeun joined for almost the same reason, to mess with his ex and maybe, just maybe win her back. Both of them are wounded and pretending they're fine, but every move they make screams, "I still care." In the trailer for episode 8, we see BaekHyeun annoying his ex so much that she finally calls him out. They even had that tense chat on the second-floor terrace before Yushik interrupted, and that scene is going to be epic. It's obvious he still likes his ex, but at the same time, he's kind of interested in Yeonyoung too. Half of their date had me hollering. This man was so focused on the woodwork, it was like he was on a serious mission, not a date. He completely ignored her while carving away. It honestly seems like he can't multitask to save his life. But to me, that also says he's not really that interested in her. She suggested the date and he took it as mission impossible, laughing my ass off. BaekHyeun is unintentionally hilarious. The bracelet moment was cute, but I don't feel much chemistry yet. It's more of a sweet friendship vibe, though who knows, maybe that friendship could turn into something fiery later. Also, BaekHyeun made a really interesting point in the group chat. He said, "If you wanted to get back with your ex, why come on this show?" That the whole idea of coming to this show is to find new connections. If you wanted reconciliation, you should have picked up the phone and called. Honestly. He's half right and half wrong. Still, I like his point. Because honestly, you don't need to come on the show just to find a new love who might be interested in their own ex. You can find a new person in the real world too. But at the same time, I agree with him. Why come on the show to reunite? You all broke up for a reason. Just like Don said, once he breaks up with his ex, that's the end, there's no reconciliation, and I totally agree. There's got to be a strong reason why you broke up in the first place, right? And that reason can come up again for you guys to break up again, so what's the point in coming back together? Also, I don't like that some people fake breakups just to come on the show of exchange, only to come here to gather fame and then reunite back as a couple in the end. If every couple keeps reuniting, then it messes up the purpose of the show. For people to come on this show, I feel like they should be open to exploring new connections and allow their heart to feel a new love. Yeah, so I kind of agree with BaekHyeun on that point. Just like you can always call somebody on the phone for reconciliation, same thing, you can get a new partner outside the show, but I think it's an interesting conversation. I'm not mad at it at all. Now finally, let's breathe a little and talk about Minkyung and Jaehyung's date. Guys, that date was perfection. The way they met was dramatic in the best way possible. I loved it. I particularly loved how decisive he was after chatting with her just for a bit. He immediately knew that Minkyung has a fun personality, and he immediately knew right there in the chat room that he didn't need to chat with the others. How cool is that? Honestly, all I felt for this man was a lot of admiration because why not? He's what I call a manly man. That's my full review of Exchange Season 4, Episode 7 guys. If you made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that button. And don't forget to turn on notifications because Episode 8 looks wild, and you know I'm going to be here screaming about it again. See you in the next one, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you'll get notified as soon as I upload the next one. See you soon, bye.